Dan Wootton joined Lorraine on Monday to discuss Cheryl and Liam Payne's split after their 2.5 years together. After Piers Morgan slammed the couple's joint statement, the showbiz presenter reminisced the start of the relationship and said, "I remember I first broke the story 2.5 years ago that they were dating because, of course, Liam was 10 years younger and Cheryl had judged him on the X Factor. At the time no one believed me because it was such an odd couple. But, for a period, these two were genuinely beside it and in love. So much so, obviously, that before they got engaged or decided to get married or anything like that, they had a baby." He shared that he got in touch with Cheryl and Liam's friends to find out more about the breakup and said, "I've spoken to a lot of their friends over the past 24 hours and the point I think that these two really want to make is that the reason they've made this decision is because they think it'll make them better parents for baby bear. So, obviously, they think they're not going to work together as a couple, as a relationship, but they're very much going to co-parent together and look after bear together. And they say that that's at the forefront of what they do and why the split has been so amicable." When Lorraine asked Dan why Cheryl and Liam couldn't make it work and whether the age gap had any influence on their split, Dan said that making it work is pretty difficult, especially when the younger member of that relationship is a big international pop star. Dan pointed out that Liam's career means he is on the road all the time, which comes with loads of pressures. He also added, "But, what they said is that there were these problems earlier in the year, they really did try to make it work, so it wasn't a decision they made quickly, but over the last 2 weeks they had a lot of conversations about whether they would be able to realistically make this work. They made the decision they couldn't, so they would end as friends." As for the situation at the moment, according to Dan, Liam moved out of the £5 million house they shared with Cheryl, and Cheryl celebrated her 35th birthday on her own last weekend. Dan showed his sympathy for the situation, saying, "I'm sure it's bittersweet for her because of course this was, she thought, the one." Comparing Cheryl's relationship with Liam to Cheryl's previous relationships, Dan tried to look on the bright side of the situation and concluded, "She's had heartbreak with some men that didn't necessarily treat her in the right way. I think what's at least nice about this is, by all accounts, Liam was a good boyfriend, a good dad, and it just didn't work. So, it's definitely sad, but they both seem okay and hopefully will bounce back from this."